Hey guys, it's Sasha from Baja Reads. I'm back. I'm here today with the Reading Habits Challenge, and nobody tagged me, but I decided to do a tag video because it's been such a long time since I've done one, so let's get into it. Do you have a certain place at home for reading? No, I read most of the time usually in my bed, but I'll also read on the couch in the living room, in other people's room. I pretty much will read any and everywhere. Now, I probably get most of my reading done in my bed, but I will read everywhere. Bookmark or random piece of paper? I would lean more towards random piece of paper. I don't own any bookmarks, actually. I think there's one bookmark that I made a long time ago that I just found since I've been home, and I was like, oh, it's so cute, I'm gonna start using it. And I think I started using it once and then I stopped using it because I lose it, I can't find it. So I'd lean more towards a random piece of paper, but usually I just end up trying to remember what page I was on or what chapter I was on, because I don't like to end in between books. I like to end in the when a new chapter starts. That brings us to the next question. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? I can just stop reading anywhere, but I hate stopping in the middle of scenes. I prefer to stop after I've finished a chapter, unless that chapter is super juicy. Then I'll go on into the next scene, and then if that scene done and I'm busy and I have something to do, then I'll just remember the page where I was at, like I said before, and go on about my day and come back later. Now, I don't really I don't set a limit for myself to read a certain number of pages every day. Sometimes I read 0 pages, other times I'll read 200 pages, so it honestly just depends. Do you eat or drink while reading? I don't really eat while reading. Usually when I'm reading, I just zoned in on that one thing. I'll drink water. Pretty much the only thing I drink on the regular is water. I don't really drink juice or soda like that for athletic reasons. But I do, if I have a type of snack, then I might snack on that while I'm reading, but usually it's just pure reading. Multitasking, music or TV while reading? I personally won't listen to music or TV while reading, but usually if I'm out in the living room reading, there's somebody playing games, somebody watching the TV, or somebody listening to music. So that is one way I'll be doing that whilst reading, but my roommate commented that I have great focus on blocking people or extra noise. Blocking people or extra noise out, if you can hear in the background there's a little shriek every now and then, that's some of my younger siblings running about plaguing the place. One book at a time or several at once? I personally read one book at a time, but right now I'm reading one book for my enjoyment. I'm reading aloud another book to my siblings for something else, and then I am would be reading a book for school, and I would consider all those that I'm reading, but things that I read for personal enjoyment, I only read one book at a time. I don't like reading multiple books at a time because I find my attention is always drawn to just one particular book, and then I neglect the other books, and to me that doesn't really make sense because I like to be in the story and know what's going on for the whole length and duration of the book. Reading at home or everywhere? I prefer to read at home, but I do read everywhere. When I'm at school, you can find me in random places reading when I'm not with people. I do prefer to be more alone when I read usually, just because when I'm out and about, I like to be people watching, more aware of my surroundings and different things like that. But I don't mind. I will read everywhere and anywhere. There's this one time where me and my friends went to a basketball game, and to be honest, sometimes the games hold my interest, sometimes they don't. And I had brought in a book in my Leatherman jacket, and so when we sat down, I pulled out this big thick book that I think it was at least 300 or 400 pages, and my friends were like, where the heck were you keeping that? I was in my jacket, and they were all laughing and videotaping me when I pulled it out and started reading because I wasn't that interested in the game. Reading out loud or silently in your head? Silently. I just told these fools to be quiet,
All throughout the background, you're screaming bloody murder!
I I went in there twice and asked them, could y'all just stop screaming for 5 minutes while I film this? No, they can't. You should make for some funny scenes. Okay, but anyway. The only time I'm reading out loud is if I'm reading out loud to people, or if I'm like reading something in a textbook and like I need to read it out loud a few times to like really grasp what it's saying or the concept or something like that. Do you read ahead or even skip pages? The only time I read ahead is like when I'm dying on the inside and like I don't know if the characters are dead or alive. I might flip, and if I see their name and like the lines or something like that, I'll be like, oh my god, okay, thank you, they're safe, and then I'll go back. I do not skip pages unless I'm skim reading, and the only reason I'd skim read is if I hate the book but I still have to read it. Breaking the spine or keeping it like new. I prefer to have my spines a little bendable. I don't like when they have, if it's paperback or even hardback, where when the lines are running through them, unless it's like a used book that I bought, because I usually do buy used and not new so much. But that's the only reason that the spine would be broken. I really don't like when the spines are like broken. I do like them to be a little bit more flexible, which is why I prefer paperbacks over hardbacks. Do you write in your books? I do write in my books, which is funny because I flip-flopped with this over the years to where sometimes I would be like, no, you shouldn't write in your books for whatever reason. Then other times I'd be like, yeah, do whatever you want. At this point, I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want, okay? I love when I buy used books and there's already writing inside them and highlighting. It just reminds me that like other people read it and like enjoyed it, and I like seeing their little insights and thoughts. Usually I won't highlight or write in fiction books unless it's like a beautiful quote that I love. Mostly I like highlight and write inside like historical fiction or just like my non-fiction biography historical type books or books that I am reading for school. But I am definitely a firm believer in you write in books if you want to. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, period. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm not tagging anybody. Unless you want to do this, then you are tagged by me. But that's all for now. Catch you later. Don't forget, you're special. God loves you very much.